Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're gonna explore Golgari Food. Oh, we're hungry, alright? So this time, I'm gonna go back to what I said last week about play another Golgari deck, and this time we're gonna do the Cauldron Familiar combo. Now, if you're familiar with the little cat oven deck, it used to be Rakdos, right? Cat oven, constantly recycling for 2 damage or 1 damage at a time. It's pretty good combo in Rakdos, and it really drains our opponents out rather quickly. But now, with the release of Blooming, with Ygra Eater of All turning every other creature into food, what we get is now an infinite combo. So since Ygra turns everything into food, Cauldron Familiar thinks of itself as food. So how does this work, right? If we have 1 Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard and 1 Cauldron Familiar in play, we can sack the food Cauldron Familiar in play because of Ygra, right? It's a food. We can sack that to play our Cauldron Familiar from the graveyard. We sack one, bring the other one out. The other one becomes a food because it's a creature in play. Then we can sack that one to bring the first one out, back and forth, and every time we do that, our opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. So this is a 3-card combo, technically just 2 cards, right? Cauldron, or technically 2 unique card. One Ygra and 2 Cauldron Familiar will have that infinite combo cycling back and forth. If you have multiple Cauldron Familiars in your graveyard, it gets even better because, well, guess what? This is an instant speed ability, right? Oh, actually, no. This is an instant speed ability, and this is a static ability. So if your opponent interacts by trying to kill Ygra, what you can do is just have a 3rd Cauldron Familiar in your graveyard and bring it out by sacrificing another creature, and then that will go on a stack, and then you will have Cauldron Familiar to sack some more. So the idea is great, but it also slots very well in the Insidious Roots and Tyvar combo from the old standard. Here's how it works, right? Insidious Roots, whenever a creature leaves our graveyard, we get a plant, and then whenever a creature, or every creature token we have has tap, add a mana of any color. Well, Tyvar makes all of our creatures pseudo haste, meaning that our plants can tap for mana as soon as they come in. They cannot attack, but they can tap for mana. Guess what? Then every time we cycle Cauldron Familiar, even with Witch's Oven, we're gonna get food and we're gonna get plants. So we're gonna have a big wide board. Just by without Ygra, just by the cat oven combo itself. So this whole deck synergizes super well, and you can see the curve is very short, not tall at all. So here's all the mana base, right? So in the early game, we got 4 Cauldron Familiar, 2 Scavenger's Talent, 4. Actually, let me put this other way. 4 Cauldron Familiar, 4 Witch's Oven, that's the cat oven combo. We also have 4 Gilded Goose to also make food and also ramp us a little bit faster, right? This is our Birds of Paradise, but with food. So yeah, this is our food combo. And then we got a little bit of self-mill in 2 Scavenger's Talent and 4 Stitcher's Supplier. So the Stitcher Supplier is gonna just mill us 3. The Scavenger's Talent, on the other hand, if we level it up, every time we sack anything, we gotta mill 2. And we got a lot of sacks in this deck, so that also works. There's 1-drops. And we also have some disruptions in 1-drops. 2 Fatal Push. If our opponent has creatures we gotta kill, this can work. And then we have 4 Thoughtseize to get in our opponent's hand and get rid of their cards that could disrupt us. So all of these are 1-drops. There's no 2-drops here, right? Everything here is 1-drop. And then in the actual 2-drop, we got 4 Deadly Dispute, more sacks, ramps, card draws, very good, and then 4 Insidious Roots. Then in the 3-drop, we got 3 Tyvar, and then we just curve out on 5 with the Ygra Eater of All. So of course, Yarga's a little bit hard to cast because it's 5. There's a few ways we can get there. The plants, mana, right? Deadly Dispute, mana. Gilded Goose, mana. So these are a lot of mana dorks in a deck. But we can also use the level 3 on Scavenger's Talent. Level 3 on Scavenger says, at the beginning of our end step, we can sack 3 non-land permanents to return a creature card from a graveyard to the battlefield with a finale counter. Well, just return Ygra. So we can sack Cauldron Familiars, put them in the graveyard. Once Ygra comes in, now we get food because we sacrifice creatures due to the Scavenger's Talent. We're going to use that food to bring back Cauldron Familiar, and if we have another Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard, that just infinite cycles. So this could happen as quickly as turn 4. Very, very good combo. And very fast. So 21 lands. Crazy, right? We're never going to get mana screwed. You really only need like 1 or 2 lands to play this whole deck out. So we got 2 swamps, 2 forests, 1 Takenuma, 1 Boseiju. The good old, basic lands shell for 2-color deck. And then we have 4 Blooming Marsh for the fast mana, 4 Overgrown Tomb for, again, the shock lands for fast mana. 4 Llanowar Wastes for the dual color ping land, also fast mana. And then we have 2 Darkbore pathway / Slitherbore pathway. This is just, I'm trying to slot in pathways. I think this will work. And these are all the pathways I have. If I have more, I will probably put in more pathways and maybe cut the Llanowar Wastes down to 2. That's, personal choice. And then 1 Fountainport. Fountainport is also very good at drawing cards because we make a lot of tokens. We can just sack a token to draw a card. So that's the whole idea of our Golgari Food deck. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is the Bev. That's a name. Opponent goes first. Yeesh. Alright, that's less good. At least we have part of the combo. They're red. Part of the combo, it might not be good enough, but we'll have to try it. So I'm gonna Goose. Soulscar Mage. Do I even Goose here? I guess I... Hi, Goose. They already give me a food. If he burns my Goose... Dude, what the fuck? That's such a bad play. Why would you do that? Okay. You attack for 8. Good job. Yeah, some people just can't wait, right? We'll get a familiar. We'll play another Goose. And do I just... This is trample, right? Do I just block? I don't think the Talon will... The Talon will give me an extra food. How useful would that be? I'm not blocking with a Goose, right? Whenever a creature I control dies, I get a food. Probably just have pump spells. Audacity, just more trample, yeah. I mean, do you have lethal here? I don't think that's lethal, but it's pretty close. My turn. I could Insidious Roots and Tyvar. I think this could work. Right? If I Insidious Root and Tyvar, I only get 1 food. If I play Ygra, I can sack a Goose for the Cauldron Familiar. Ygra is a 6/6. They might have a harder time getting through a 6/6. Well, I'm at 6 though, so I might just die to 2 Lightning Strike. Insidious Roots, and then I get the Cauldron Familiar. Right, then I get 1. I can't actually use that one. Okay, so Ygra it is. Sack a Goose. I get a food. I also get... Oh, it's an 8/8 now. Yeah, it's a little bit harder for him to run through an 8/8 than a... whatever it was before. Questing Druid. Our opponent thinks he has time. Cool. Sure. Attack a 5/4 into an 8/8. Good luck. Good luck with whatever it is you were gonna do. Oh, we wrecked him. Alright, our opponent is Ling Ving. Ling Ving Fighting Machine. Alright, we gotta go first. That land is pathetic. Alright, still going first. Guess we'll put away a waste. We put away a waste. We'll put Ygra back. I'm not gonna be able to cast Ygra for a while. I don't really make food. I don't really get rid of creatures from my graveyard either. It's kind of tricky. I do want to be able to eventually play Ygra. But I only have 21 lands in the deck. Putting away lands always feels scary. Yeah, I don't know. Ygra is the combo, right? But this is a 5-drop, and if Ygra wasn't a combo, I would say that this is already good enough. This hand is good enough. But Ygra, because it is part of the combo, I really want to keep it in my hand. But I can't just put back a 2-lander, so yeah, Ygra has to go. Our opponent is not here, so I don't think this matters. Like, at all. Well, we're gonna keep. Our opponent finally came back from his toilet break. We'll pay the 2 life. Let's stitch some supplies off the bat. Those are cards I wanted. Cool. That's kind of the problem with Stitcher Supplier, right? A lot of times you're gonna mill the cards that you actually want to have in your hand instead of the card you want in the graveyard. Unfortunately, that's how the game goes, so we're gonna have to make do. Here's a goose. My goose is cooked. They got 1 mana, so I don't think they have anything other than a card draw here. There is no counter target spell in Explorer. Or target creature spell in Explorer. I don't think, right? Swan Song is not an Explorer Pioneer, and Swan Song is gonna give me a bird anyway, so it's kind of funny. Now I wish I had my Ygra. Ropes on everything. That's this is kind of the worst kind of opponent, I guess. It's terrible. He's got the Kiora avatar, Kiora sleeves, so you know he likes Kiora. Take that 1. Jesus. Just gonna let the whole rope burn down? Is he really thinking about stuff? I can create a food token with Gilded Goose next turn. I don't want to play the root into a counterspell, and honestly not doing much. How does he got more rope? This is like turn 2. Alright, that's fair. I always felt like this is like a face. You see like a nose, mouse, profile looking thing? That looks really awkward. I mean, maybe it's meant to be a face. It is. This is from the Innistrad board, I think. Or is this the Innistrad board? I feel like I've been seeing this for a while. So it can't be the Carlos house, right? Alright, our opponent's burning down every rope. He's barely got 1 land on. He's on full control mode, just burning down every rope. Because if he had an instant spell that draws a card, I think he would have done it. Like, okay, more ropes. So this is the problem with playing online, because you can't, reach across the screen and shake your opponent. 2 lands quit. Okay, that's sure. Alright, our opponent is Pamax. Maximum Pam. We're gonna go first. Stitcher Supplier. Scavenger's Talent. I guess. Yeah, well, we'll try it out. Don't have any part of the combo, honestly. But it's always good to have a Stitcher Supplier turn 1 to put some cards in the graveyard. Cards I actually want in my hand. Cool. Nice. Very nice. Scavenger's Talon is going to get me some food, right? Red. Oh, a lot nicer. Don't really get creatures out of the graveyard this way. So do I Scavenger's Talon next turn? It's not very good, right? That's a 2-drop that doesn't do anything. This is only... Kumano faces Kakuzu. Alright, well, that changes. the equation by a lot, but the Kumano is really scary because when it deals damage, it will kill my creature. Or it will exile my creatures. I don't want that to happen. Which means I will Scavenger's Talent and Cauldron Familiar this turn. So right now the Kumano is not live yet, so he cannot exile anything. Which is important because when he can, I'm gonna be in trouble. Just plots. Alright. So do I want to use the Boseiju to take out Kumano? I mean, he doesn't even have mana. Why is there a stick? It's just a mutable. He could turn himself into a creature by tapping himself. That's... Hello? Huh? Huh? Ugh. Red players. There we go. We're finally back. Okay, so I don't think I want to root this turn, right? Root's not very good. I also don't need to mill myself too much. So I can definitely hold up a Boseiju and kill the Kumano. I think I'll just do that. It does make one of my mana kind of pointless, unfortunately. That mutable stick, man, is just... Oh my god. I attack you for 1. Do I want this treasure, honestly? I might want this treasure, right? Because I can just use a treasure to... Oh my god. Every opponent. It's like their first... Why are you an explorer? I mean, why are you in Pioneer? Pioneer's not for starters. Go back to Standard if you want to play starter decks. Like... Jeez. I'm pretty sure this is just a standard deck that they bring to Pioneer because they got rotated and now they're salty because they want their Kumano. This is tapped, right? I get my food token. I get a treasure. And I draw 2 cards. Oh, and I get a Fatal Push. Cool. That means I don't actually have to use the Boseiju. Well, let's see what happens. He's still gonna rope. There's definitely that going on. He's gonna use his Ruckus. Plays a land. It just plays a Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. It's a 4/3, but it doesn't trample. 2 for 1 time. Alright, I get another food. If he wants... No, he can't attack, yeah. Let's just go to my turn. Yep. Another Fatal Push is pretty good. Let's... I want to hold the Boseiju up, so that's Insidious Roots. And... if I attack, I think I get a food, right? You just not block. There's definitely reasons to not blocking, I guess. But not good reasons. Another Fatal Push is fun. I think I only have 2 in the deck, but I draw both of them. Cool, thanks. Exactly what I wanted you to do. Thanks for killing, giving me food, and milling 3 cards for me. Not the cards I wanted to mill, but here we are. Sack of food. I get a Cauldron Familiar and a little 1/2. Do I want to level this up? Whenever you sacrifice a permanent? Nah. I could have already leveled it up, but I didn't, so no need to do that right now. This way I hold up push and Boseiju if something crazy happens. Demonic Ruckus. Alright, I guess I'll have to do this. I don't want him to draw a card. So let's get a black mana here. Oh no, 2 damage to me. Okay, so this is not the mono red from standard because Bonecrusher Giant rotated it a while ago. And now the rope. Ow. I mean, not really. Somehow I have more life than him, so that's funny. Oh, he targeted it with Ruckus, and he had to take damage for that. That's funny. Would you like to attack with your Mutaful? That would be pretty funny. It'd be very funny if he attacks. I guess... Can I level up? No, I cannot. Well, I could level up to 5, right? I don't have another in the graveyard, so that won't be that useful for getting Ygra out. Okay. I get a food. Cool. I could just get a Ygra out. That way I can sacrifice my Cauldron Familiar. Well, I can't, because I don't have a food. So, that doesn't do much. Let's just go to level 2 here. Get a food. We'll get another food, that is. I don't think I want to these are all food, right? Yeah, I don't think I want to Boseiju as much. Oh, I can't anyways. But I don't think I want to Boseiju as lands. I can sack this to mill 2 cards. That probably would be better. Yeah. No, I want this to block. Unless it has Menace. And Cauldron Familiar is a good blocker. And that Kumano is really bad. So, I can't let him deal damage, but... Yeah, this is fine. No attacks. Let's sack a food, we mill 2 cards. I mill Thoughtseize. Deadly Dispute. Okay, this sack's a permanent. If I attack, would he block? If he blocks, I automatically get one for free. That's interesting. Let's do it. 1 free damage. He blocks. Cool. I get a food. I get a sack of food to bring it back. Mill myself. Now I Deadly Dispute my Cauldron Familiar. Mill myself again. Can I please get another Cauldron Familiar? I cannot. That's 4 Deadly Disputes, but none of the Cauldron Familiars. Alright, well... I do have a treasure. I don't think I can cast another Deadly Dispute. So do I just play another Scavenger's Talent? That way I mill 4, right? No. I have to level this up to mill 4. So that doesn't help. But whenever a creature dies, I do get... Oh, there it is. Okay. I think that's GG. So, I have 3 mana, I believe. So, I can level this up to 3. Let me mill 2 more. Why not? At the beginning of your end step, right? So this works even at the beginning of my end step, I believe. Because everything is instant speed. Sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. 1, 2, 3. Let's return Ygra. Mill 2. Mill 2. Mill 2. Mill 2. We gotta put it on full control because I don't want to pass the end phase. Sack of food? Oh look! This cat thinks of himself as food. Mill 2. I'm gonna get such a big board here. Sack of food. Mill 2. I mean, our opponent wants to play this out, so we'll have to do this 12 times, but lethal is lethal. Sack of food. Mill 2. Gotta be very careful with the clicks. I might accidentally click past turn. So we're just gonna keep sacking the Cauldron Familiars. Mill 2. Alright. Cauldron Familiar comes in. I get a plant. Come on, just quit already. Jeez. Alright, I have to do this 9 more times. Because our opponent refused to just quit. Alright, down to 8. Sack of food. Mill 2. Resolve. I got an 18-18. They mill 2. They take 1 more damage. Infinite combo. Alright, mill 2 again. I should have just sacked this Scavenger's Talon. This is doing too much. Yeah. Do this again. This board is getting scary. Not that it matters, our opponent's already dead. Okay, fine. Mill 2 more. Just refuse to quit. Just I have to go through all the clicks. Yeah, that's a big board, alright. Opponent's at 5. Four. Does he have deck still? 22 cards? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna mill him out before he dies, but hey, you know. I guess that's an achievement. Sack this Cauldron Familiar. I have a 26-26 there. About to be 28-28 Ygra. Can you please quit? Jeez. Your deck is terrible and you should feel bad. Why do I have a rope? You're the one that has made me do this. I'm gonna take off full control. There you go. Now you're dead. That was 15 minutes of me just clicking through this combo. Very long time. Solitaire deck. Alright, our opponent is Rio. The real Leo. Oh, it's Rio. The one goes first. I don't know if I can keep this hand. I have 2 Deadly Dispute, but nothing to sack to, right? Okay. Maybe better? We'll put away the Talent. No. Talon's good, right? Put away the Fountainport. Red. Red it is. Let's get talented. I think it's fine to start getting talented first. We're gonna get played with fire in the face. No. We did not get played with fire in the face. Okay. We did get play with fire in the face turn 2. And then light up the stage. That's fine. Let's do it this way. I don't want to ping myself for one. And the oven is better suited for the Cauldron Familiar. Slowly gain that life. If you want to attack, we got a blocker, and that blocker will give us extra card. Alright, GG, I guess, you loser. What the hell was that? Just 2 turns and nothing? You have lands to play, too. Alright, our opponent is Crimson Blader. That's a name. We got Gilded Goose, which is Oven, Root, Thoughtseize. I mean, it's marginal at best, but I think it's a hand we gotta keep, right? Opponent does go first. They mulligan down to 4. Alright, another Malia deck. Or maybe just Absent Grease Fang. I don't know what it is. Let's find out. I have no idea what this deck is. Is it just Golgari? Is it just Rock? Hold on a second. Is this my graveyard? Leaves your graveyard. Okay, so make him lose the Dread Knight. Now, I don't think I want to root. Is he gonna kill the goose? Well, first let's Scavenger Hunt. Then we'll goose it up. He could go for the throw a goose. I could not care less. It's good mana, but, you know, it's not like I can do much with it right now. All I have is lands. Takenuma? Takenuma might be good. Liliana? Ah.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
Really?
Haven't you ever heard
Sack a
of
goose.
Space?
Of all the things that you wanted me to do, you want me to sack a goose? Okay.
Let's see what this X-Gold can do. Running, my friend.
Bring back a goose. Oh, I can tap it right now. That's pretty good, right? Do I want the Witch's Oven? I want the Witch's Oven. Yeah. Shield it. Guess I have to discard Takenuma.
We all have things we'd rather.
I would like to keep my root. It's gonna deal a lot of damage to me. That's not very fun. So we'll play the roots. And then we'll level this up, right? I should have leveled it up first.
I believe in you, friend.
Alright, let's see what we can do. It's just gonna attack down Tyvar, probably. You have a Liliana, why would you do this? What can I do here? I mill 2, right? Do I need this mana for anything? There's a familiar. Perfect blocker. Alright. We beat Golgari even though they had a pretty good lock on us. I don't know. They're probably scared. Alright, our opponent is Ol Elk. So he's Oko. Ban. Yeah, this is... We're gonna go first, but we're gonna have to sack our oven. That feels really bad, right? What are they? They are Urian. Urian means we don't have that We don't have the luxury of taking slow with like Deadly Disputes because they're gonna have a bunch of counter spells by then. Fatal Push is kind of a dead card, right? Against Urian. I guess we had a mulligan. I guess this is better. We'll keep 6. Put back a Boseiju. Blooming Marsh. Let's start with the Talent. Let's start by getting talented. Alright, mana, nothing. I'll take 2. Play a Stitcher Supplier. We'll mill 3. Good cards to mill. Just lands, and I did want the Insidious Roots though. The Roots is a card I didn't want to go away, but against Urian, if they have Lockdown, I don't think it will matter too much, right? But luckily with Urian, that means they have 4 Lockdown out of 80 cards rather than 60. It looks like they're all colors, which is kind of weird. Alright, let's do we Deadly Dispute a Stitcher Supplier? Alright, we get a food. We milled 3. Those are cards I didn't want to mill. Ah, man. Just look at the cards I milled. They're like the best cards of the deck, and then the cards I draw are lands. So, okay. Well, I could level this up. Leveling this up just means that I get to mill every time I sack. Don't think it's that good here. Also, don't think I have much time. Alright, he pings himself for 3. So he has lots of blue mana. Counter spell incoming. Or just a Fable. Okay. Fable's not nice, but we gotta have to live with it. Roots. Roots pretty good, but I can't really sack the Cauldron. Right? And I can't bring anything back this way. Unfortunately. I can't talk into it, right? Yeah, it costs too much. So we'll just level it up. Actually, I could just level up the Ygra. I don't have another Cauldron Familiar, though. That's the main thing. I will get a Finale counter on my Ygra, if that matters. Then I can't bring it back with Takenuma. Up the Beanstalk. Cool. Stitcher Supplier. So, he has 2 mana. Will he counter a Stitcher Supplier? He lets that go. Alright. Let us level this up to 3. And hope to get lucky with Ygra. So I'm gonna sack Cauldron, Stitcher, and a food. No. And a treasure. Do I want to attack? Maybe he has something to fight against attackers, right? We'll sack 3 non-land permanents. Gotta sack the treasure. Gotta keep the food. We'll bring Ygra back. 1, 2, 3. And I get a food. He has no food, so he can't target my Ygra. Kills the roots. The root's already triggering, right? Actually, no, it's not. So, let's sack a food to bring in a mill 2. Bring in my Cauldron Familiar. I also get a plant this way. Yeah. Then I'll get a land. My only land left. Cool. 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't get it. Did not get it. After all that, I did not get another Cauldron Familiar. Half the deck gone. This is the problem, right? A lot of times when I feel like I'm almost there, the problem with it is I could not get the card milled. Wandering Mine. What the hell is this? Look at the top 6 card of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land. Put it in your hand. Put the rest. Wow. Okay. Drown Unlock. Can you play? Can't exactly target my Ygra. Actually, he can. He's got all of these are food, so he can target Ygra. Deadly Dispute. Oh, I cannot tap this for mana anymore. Ooh, that's no good. I get a food token. I mill myself for 2. Huh. Well, he's probably got to have instant speed interactions, right? Let's find out. Now you mill 2. You mill 2. I don't know if he has enough time to interact to this. Sack of food. You mill 2. Well, it's red, right? So he doesn't have mana for Drown Unlock. We do this again. Sack of food. Oh, that self-mill. Alright, at least this opponent's nice enough to leave. GG. That was a fun deck with Yorion and all 5 colors. I think he's a little too greedy. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, how did this deck feel? Did it feel fan-freaking-tastic? Because it feels that way to me. I think I beat every opponent. I played 8 games. I won 6 games. I beat every opponent except 2 opponents who are both play Amalia. And I hate that deck so much. It's good. I just hate fighting against it because they won on turn 3. 2 times. They just won on turn 3. And they went to go first. So I played a Cauldron Familiar. Then I played, I think, a Scavenger's Talent or a Stitcher Supplier. Or I think I may have Thoughtseized one of them one time, right? Didn't matter. They just, turn 1, played the Life Gain guy. Turn 2, played the Wild Growth Walker. Turn 3, Amalia, win game. So that was it. So that deck is dumb. That's probably getting banned. Hopefully it gets banned. Everybody hates it. But every other deck we kind of stomped the floor with because Golgari Food, very strong. One thing you do have to watch out for, and this is something that probably is a carryover from Standard, but a lot of people are playing Temporary Lockdowns. And Temporary Lockdown will lock down this whole deck. You can see everything is short casted. So be careful with that, and that's why you don't want to just dump everything on board. Sometimes it makes sense to tuck Cauldron Familiar into your graveyard and just have food out. So if you need it out, you can always sacrifice a food to bring the Cauldron Familiar out in case your opponent's trying to exile your graveyard or something like that. And yeah, try to play around those kind of spells if you can, but other than that, this deck, very strong. Ygra, Eater of All, Infinite Combo, delicious. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.